another time. But I knew what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the settle of coin washes duty free. Come on, I gotta talk about it. I got a little bit more time. Coin washes duty free Bahamas. Who you helping with that? You helping the poor with that? Child, please. I ain't never see a poor person with a coin washer in their house. Helicopters, jets, luxury boats, duty free. Who you helping with that? But then you pretend or you want to be perceived by the public as if you helping them. And that's the problem. And that's the third reason why plenty people going to hell. Number one, because I ain't got much time. First reason, they don't accept Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And God told you twice, Lord, Lord, I am God. The only way to get to the Father is through me. The only way to get into heaven is through me. What's the second reason? Because you don't love God. You have denied him. And you have denied the power thereof. And that was the third reason, because you're a hypocrite. For the simple fact that you choose to live in sin, but you want to present yourselves like the Pharisees as whitewashed coffins. On the outside, you clean, but on the inside, you're dead. So God bless you, may bless us, God, protect us. Help us, Heavenly Father, to know that our main goal in life is to make it to heaven, to put God first, the Heavenly Father, and to treat others the way we treat ourselves. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
The views expressed on this program are not the views of ZNS TV 13 and, by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, the Prime Minister making final checks on public schools. Several family islands providing residents with back-to-school giveaways. The status of proposed upgrades to Gladstone Road, and in sports, Team Bahamas ready for Argentina. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Jimenita Swain. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news, it's back to school for thousands of students in the country tomorrow and a return to face-to-face instruction. This period providing a big boost for retailers as some parents securing those last-minute school supplies this weekend. And it's down to the wire for officials from the Ministry of Works tasked with completing major school repairs to public schools nationwide. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, along with several government officials, toured several of those schools in the capital today to assess the state of readiness. Desmond Sanders has the story.
Education officials and Prime Minister of the Bahamas, the Honorable Philip Davis, conducting a final tour of several schools in the capital just hours before the start of the new school term. Their first stop, Palmdale Primary School. The deplorable state of some schools in the country, a major concern for officials. But now that work is completed, education officials expecting a safe and productive school term.
Schools will open on schedule. The noise, you see a lot of workers here at this site, but most of it is just cleaning up, and you're assured that these works will be completed, and the cleanup will be completed before 2 a.m. in the morning.
Now, the complete overhaul of public schools in the country started several weeks ago to the tune of $30 million. Installation of new windows and repair of sidewalks were just some of the many works that were completed.
Now, as you will see, in some of these projects, the scope comprised repair. But as we saw at Uriah McPhee, we also have capital work.
Now, while school repairs are complete, a pavilion is being constructed at the eastern end of the Uriah McPhee School.
Where we are now is the capital development for the school. And this will give the school the opportunity to have activities outside. A pavilion is being built, and as you can see, it's well underway. There's also a tuck shop, lunch vendors, as well as bathroom facilities.
Now I'm down here at the T.A. Thompson Junior High School, where workmen are working down to the wire for the opening of school.
This is a whole transformation of the T.A. Thompson School. As you're aware, the students were relocated from the school about a year ago because this place was just uninhabitable, and the building was condemned, but has been saved and restored for what it is now today.
Now, all COVID-19 protocols will be strictly enforced as a new school term opens. Desmond Saunders for the Bahamas Tonight.
Now, immediately following tonight's weekend edition at 7:30, the Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, will deliver the National Back-to-School Address ahead of the start of a new academic year. That address will be carried live right here on the ZNS television and radio networks. Well, schools set to reopen tomorrow, the streets of the capital will undoubtedly be filled with motorists, with some areas and roads set to be busier than others. The Police Traffic Division's Corporal Brittany Roll informs us about some roads motorists should try to avoid due to major roadworks and repairs.
Encourage motorists not to travel onto Village Road North unless it's necessary that you have to go in that area. At this time, there's major roadworks, and I know for certain parts of that road it is closed. So if you do not have to go in that area, or that does not have to be your designated route to get where you need to go, please avoid that area. Also, Boyd Road has roadworks going on. However, it is applicable for vehicles to pass, as well as Golden Sun Road in the Jamaica Road area has roadworks going on, but vehicles are applicable to pass.
We're giving out some school backpacks, even though in Engliston we give them out door to door.
Yesterday, Glenys Hannah Martin adorned her Member of Parliament cap to provide back-to-school supplies and social activities to Angliston constituents. This was the trend throughout New Providence Saturday as other MPs followed suit. Over in Seabreeze, Leslie Bryce could hardly contain herself as she interacted with residents at the Seabreeze Park.
Last year for back to school, we actually went door to door. So we knocked on more than 5,000 doors last year. But this year we decided that we'll interact more with our constituents, that I will hug the children, that I will run around with them and have a wonderful time.
Nassau Village Member of Parliament Jamal Strawn was busy providing school supplies and entertainment. The same took place in Centerville at the Canon Dudley Strawn Park and in Bain and Grantstown, with Jomo Campbell and Wade Watson leading the charge.
We know that the last 2 years was extremely hard for a lot of persons in our community, not just our community, but the entire island. So whatever it is that we can do, we're certainly going to get done, especially in Centerville.
He has fully tells us the amount of parents that I need. We're just trying our best, as me as the Member of Parliament, just trying my best to see what I could do to alleviate some of that expenditure in Grantstown.
And just minutes away from New Providence, Central and South Andros was buzzing with back-to-school activities yesterday as students there received school supplies and complimentary accessories courtesy of their Member of Parliament, Leon Lundy, during his back-to-school giveaway and tour. LaDon Davis was in the midst of all the activities.
Backpacks, a fresh haircut, hair braiding, a bouncing castle, hot dogs with something cool to drink were just some of the treats offered to students in Central and South Andros just a few days before they head back to the classroom. Area Member of Parliament Leon Lundy says about 2,000 students are expected to benefit from this initiative.
I just wanted to give them a boost, and it was actually to make sure that they feel some kind of normalcy going into this school year, that we feel is so important to try to get back to our normal way of living as close as we can get to it as possible. I told them I'm expecting nothing but the best, especially from Andros. I want to make sure that their grades go up, and I also told them they'll get a special treat if their grade level goes up by 5 points straight across the school. So I know they're aiming for it, and hopefully everything goes well with it.
A few students we spoke to say they welcome this free giveaway and are excited about what this new academic year will bring.
I feel like it's really important because some persons over here don't really have money to buy their kids uniforms or backpacks or pencils, and so when they play place these events or situations here, they help others.
I like most to see Leon Lundy, and because it's my birthday, and have fun, play with my friends. I think that it's very cool and it's very fun that everybody gets to come together and have fun.
District Superintendent of Education for Andros and the Berry Islands, Jerome Forbes, and several teachers applauded Lundy for pouring into the lives of young Androsians in a meaningful way.
The Member of Parliament is someone who has a heart for the people of Andros in terms of his constituency that encompasses Central Andros, Michael Key, South Andros. And, you know, I see it fitting that I accompany him on this journey because he's a person who really connects with our heads of department. He wants to know what the needs are that we have that he can address in Parliament.
He has indeed been grateful and helpful to the students of Barrenpoint Primary, and this is indeed a great help to our students and to our parents. We know that with this area, a lot of our parents aren't working, and so this help will go a long, long way in making sure that our students are prepared for next year.
But in the end, Lundy and his team not only visited about 5 schools and 4 parks, but brought with them a whole lot of inspiration that will push the students to produce all A's this new school term and beyond. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
And from the southern Bahamas, Cat Island's Regatta Park was the venue for a back-to-school jamboree for students ahead of the new school term. Our Desmond Sanders was there.
The nation's chief, Prime Minister Philip Davis, greeting hundreds of kids in his Cat Island community before the start of the new school term. The Member of Parliament also handing out a number of backpacks and school supplies, a ray of hope for students negatively impacted by COVID-19. Prime Minister also making a stop in his historic San Salvador settlement. Dozens of school supplies dished out to cheerful kids. There was a mascot, food, drinks, and music. Added attractions that made the afternoon worthwhile.
You're starting school again, and what are you going to school to do? What are you going to school for? What are you going to school for? To learn. And how best to learn? Good. So we learn good by listening to our teachers, right? So you all going to listen to your teachers? And you're going to obey your teachers? Okay. So you all do well in this new term, and you all will be seeing me soon again, okay? Enjoy. There's a bag for each and every one of you.
After several months of closure, students and teachers here in San Salvador are ready to return to the classrooms.
It helps parents in terms of getting their children better prepared for their return to school, and certainly it encourages our children to see that the community cares about their schooling, their education as much as they do.
Well, it's exciting. She's excited. We're both excited. They've been at school the summer break. For some reason, this lab felt a little bit longer than usual, but we're still getting back into the normalcy after COVID, so it's a good feeling that she's going back to school.
It was hybrid, so it was a challenge, you know, getting your children to do the work and not do the work. Versus face-to-face, they could do the work, you know, and we'll have no problem, but a hassle. I am excited.
The jamboree putting smiles on the faces of hundreds of students, parents, and teachers before the start of the new school term. Desmond Sanders for the Bahamas Tonight.
Hi, this is Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean with a tropical weather update brought to you by BTC and CBS Bahamas. In the Far Eastern Atlantic, 2 waves we're looking at. The first one just off the African coast has a low chance of development, but by the middle of the week, that is expected to bump up to 20%. With a very impressive wave midway between the Cape Verde Islands and the Windward Islands, showing strong signs of development, 40% at the moment, but by the middle of the week, that is expected to increase to 70%. So we'll keep our eyes on this wave very closely. And then there is a third wave, this one in the Northwest Caribbean Sea. Low chance of development, that too will increase to 20% by the middle of this week. This has been a tropical weather update brought to you by BDC and CBS Bahamas.
Coming up in the weekend edition, a major expansion on the drawing board for Gladstone Road. The details of that story after the break.
The government of the Bahamas presents The Courage to Rebuild, a national Hurricane Dorian Memorial Week, Friday, August 26th through Saturday, September 4th. On Friday in Abaco, a weather symposium featuring local and international weather experts. On Tuesday, August 30th, a focus on Hurricane Dorian and mental health. On Wednesday, August 31st, official updates on government repairs and the airing of the documentary, The Courage to Rebuild. Thursday, September 1st, remembering the victims. You're encouraged to wear your Hurricane Dorian memorial pins for a small donation to go toward Hurricane Dorian reconstruction. Also on Thursday, a memorial service at the Friendship Tabernacle Church in Abaco and a wreath-laying ceremony along the SC Boodle Highway. Flags will fly at half-mast, a concert featuring international recording artist CeCe Winans. Friday, September 2nd, the Grand Bahama Memorial Concert at the New Life Worship Center featuring Grand Bahama's leading gospel artists. Saturday, September 3rd, the Abaco Memorial Concert at the Friendship Tabernacle featuring some of the country's leading gospel artists and those from Abaco. Sunday, September 4th, a wreath-laying ceremony in East Grand Bahama and a memorial service at Jubilee Cathedral. The National Hurricane Dorian Memorial Week, taking courage to rebuild.
At the Nature Conservancy, we believe in working with fishermen and communities in order to improve the sustainability of Queen Conch in the Bahamas.
The crux of the issue here is that there are not enough mature conch staying in the water to reproduce and produce enough offspring to sustain the fishery into the future. So the project is to visit a number of fishermen in different parts of the Bahamas and showed them how to do the research on the Queen Conch and determine what may be the best proxy indicator of maturity by measuring multiple different parameters.
These engagements give fishermen and communities an opportunity to see how scientific research is conducted and be a part of that process. By the end, fishermen are asking for more information and how they can further be involved in research.
Knowledge is power. You know, a lot of people want power, but they don't want to get the knowledge. I think what you're all doing is real helpful for us to give us knowledge. Can I learn something from this meeting today?
We hope that by conducting these engagements, the Bahamas can be an example of how communities, researchers, and government can come together to work towards sustainable fisheries, not only here in the Bahamas, but around the world.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Thanks for staying with us. The Ministry of Works' urban planning and retrofitting of the city of Nassau comprises the transformation of Nassau, or rather Village Road and the Gladstone Road corridors. And the Works Minister assures New Providence residents that both projects can operate simultaneously.
We will commence the consultation shortly. I cannot give you an exact date because that has not been set, but it will be early. And currently the technical team and also the designers engage in consultation with some of the stakeholders.
Works Minister, the Honorable Alfred Sears, summing up where officials are at when it comes to transforming Gladstone Road into a 4-lane thoroughfare. This particular upgrade coincides with the work underway at Village Road, where in some instances, property adjustments were made to accommodate those repairs.
And in Gladstone Road, that kind of preliminary work is being done. On some of the properties, we have issues that are being resolved. So whenever you have the expansion of a roadway, it involves property issues which have to be resolved either by way of negotiation or the government making a public acquisition and paying compensation to the landowner. So those issues are being undertaken.
And while the price tag has not been disclosed, the work is expected to see additional roundabouts on that roadway. The Works Minister is confident, though, of this one thing.
The Gladstone Road project is currently being designed, and consultations will commence shortly with respect to that project. It is a project which, like the Village Road project, will improve the efficiency of that major thoroughfare in terms of people moving back and forth to work, school, and recreational use.
Now to some sad news. Progressive Liberal Party Chairman, the Honorable Frederick Mitchell, confirming in a statement today the passing of party trustee and stalwart consular veteran businessman Henry Storr. Described as a quiet but determined gentleman, the owner of Storr's Electric is remembered as a soldier from the Pindling era who joins the pantheon of deceased party leaders. As a go-to man, the PLP chair said Storr was a party financier and considered a guardian of the party's internal electoral process. The Progressive Liberal Party's leadership, parliamentarians, officers, and members send sincere condolences to the Storr family.
Hello, summer. Escape into summer when you fuel up with Shell. Every time you purchase $20 gas, you're entered to win your share of over $50,000 in cash prizes and fantastic trips, including a staycation at Grand Island Exuma, a shopping spree in Miami, and a 4-day trip to Las Vegas to see John Legend live. To enter, fuel up at Shell with $20. Go to winwithshellbahamas.com and let the fun begin. Say hello, summer with Shell today. Conditions apply. Hello, summer.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The quiet community of Black Point Exuma came to life during the August Monday holiday weekend as residents and visitors from around the world celebrated the 59th Black Point Exuma Regatta. This year's regatta was held in memory of legendary sailor Captain Lundy Robinson.
The Crazy Partner was sailed by Lundy Robinson. We're having this regatta in honor of Lundy Robinson. And Lundy Robinson is the defending champion. So everyone is trying to beat the Crazy Partner so they can become the next champion.
One of the most anticipated races was the open water race that started from Staniel Key to Black Point. No stranger to the sport, Minister Clay Sweeting hopped aboard the defending champion, the Crazy Partner, where he helped the crew to secure the second place victory. First place winner, Captain Henny Wool, who sailed the Slaughter, said it's good to have regattas officially back on track.
My boat is a very fast boat. We had a bar start, which we call it a stage. That's when the boat fly up in the wind. After we fly up in the wind, the rest of the boats got away and had a good lead on us. After we got started and got it on the way, I told my uncle, which is the skipper of the boat, I said, "Uncle, just sail the boat. We have a long way to go. By the time we get to Black Point, we'll be victorious."
Officially opening the regatta, Sweeting ensured sailors and residents that his ministry will continue to back them with the necessary resources to keep them enthusiastic about the sport.
Black Point, you'll forever have a place in my heart because this experience has enriched me as a minister. I now have a deeper love and appreciation for the sport. Many Bahamians feel the same way. Therefore, the government of the Bahamas is keen to make sailing the national sport of the Bahamas. No other sport demonstrates the tenacity of Bahamians like sailing.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Sunday sports. The Bahamas men's national team suffering a crushing loss earlier this week in their opening game of this window of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers to Venezuela. But no time to rest on their laurels. The team currently settling in over in Argentina for their showdown with the host country. Head coach Chris DeMarco on what the team needs to do to come out with a win.
Really good. I don't remember exactly what the score was, but I thought our starting group played well. I thought we did build chemistry these last 5 days, but we just have to continue to do that. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. So we got to continue in the summers and whenever we have time to keep building rosters with smart players and guys that are used to playing together and guys that understand our system and guys that are going to compete.
Kai Jones on his confidence level heading into the game.
I'm a very confident individual on a daily basis, so, I mean, it felt great. Like, my confidence is always really high. You have to when you're playing in the best league in the world, so that's just how I am all the time. So, and especially being home, it's just an extra boost because, you know, all your people there, so it's great.
The Bahamas' Esports Federation continued to try and grow the local esports scene. Recently held a Super Smash Brothers tournament, something they hope will inspire more interested persons to get involved.
Like these help grow the esports scene because it's in a way that it's like it's another avenue for people who like actually want to try their hand at something different, because gaming has increased a whole lot in the past few years, especially since everybody has been able to pay attention to it since COVID happened. There's been a whole lot of things that people can like say about gaming, to the point where we're no longer in the age where parents can say to their kids, oh, well, you can't make money from playing video games. You can look at them and be like, well, actually, yes, you can, because like this is the time we live in now. So I think tournaments like these help to spread awareness about it and let people know that they can actually do something with it rather than just sitting at home and playing like for nothing.
And this describes the fastest growing sport in the U.S. A group of local enthusiasts are trying to grow pickleball here in the Bahamas. Plans are underway to host the country's first pickleball tournament.
It is a fast-growing sport all over the world, and we like to one day have the Bahamas, actually to have pickleball be an Olympic sport. Okay? And if that's the case, we need a certain amount of countries to get into it. Anyway, right now, our main goal is to get people in the Bahamas into pickleball. I'm going to be doing it at my school. I'm going to have the kids learn it. We know that actually all over the Bahamas, we'd hope that they get into the school systems.
And that was a look at your sports on this Sunday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Did you know that registering your farm with the Department of Agriculture is currently free of charge? It comes with a wide range of benefits, such as assistance with feeder farm roads, land clearing, and tractor services, assistance with Department of Immigration for obtaining foreign farm labor at a reduced permit fee, access to fish and farm stores for agricultural input supplies, sale of produce at packing house, produce exchange, abattoir services at a reduced price, training at the Food Technology Laboratories, disaster relief assistance, and free veterinary extension services.
For more information on any of these incentives, please call the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources, and Family Island Affairs at 397-7400. That's 397-7400. For additional updates, you can follow the ministry on social media at MOAMRFIA Bahamas.
When it comes to picking a pharmacy that is convenient and reliable, only one name comes to mind: Wilmax Pharmacy, a team of trusted and trained pharmacists ready to serve you with all your pharmaceutical and over-the-counter product needs. We carry beauty and hair supplies, as well as household and everyday supplies. Open 7 days a week from 7:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. NIB drug plan is accepted and delivery service is available. So call 323-1037 today or visit Wilmax Pharmacy on Ponciana Drive opposite the University of the Bahamas.
It's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jimenita. We are currently under mostly cloudy skies, temperature 87 degrees, relative humidity 63%. The winds out of the south-southeast at 13 miles per hour. The barometric pressure of 1,014.0 millibars. That's 29.95 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the island this evening, 78 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greenville, Key, and Marshall by the Goat. The Berry Islands at 85 degrees, 87 degrees in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 86 degrees, 87 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Kemps Bay, South Andros, 84. Also, Black Point, Exuma, reporting 84 degrees. Artistown, Cat Island, 86 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, 87 in Rumkey, 86 degrees. Clarence, Sound, Long Island, 88. Acklands, 88 degrees. Betsy Bay, Megwana, and Acklands, 87. Matchetown, Inagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, also at 87 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight through Monday, the winds are going to be southeast in the northwestern parts of the country. 12 to 18 knots, wave fights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop with caution flags in place. High tide takes place at 9:31 tonight with another high tide at 9:51. Tomorrow morning, in the central and southeastern islands, stronger winds there, southeast at 15 to 20 knots, wave fights 4 to 7 feet with caution flags in place. And your satellite picture still showing that mid to upper level troughing across the northwest and central Bahamas, which will fire up again pockets of showers and thunderstorms tonight through tomorrow. And your forecast for tonight, a couple of evening showers, otherwise patchy clouds with a low temperature of 79 degrees. And tomorrow's going to be partly sunny, a bit on the breezy side as the winds will be increasing, thunderstorms developing in parts of the area in the afternoon. And your extended weather forecast, showers remain in the forecast right into the middle part of this week. Thereafter, we can expect some improvement. Jimenita.
Thanks, Basil, and that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.